want to take a moment to welcome everyone to the Watch This Shit podcast. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. My name is Seneca, the Mood Professor. With this podcast, we're going to give you the definitive decision on whether you should go see a new movie or not. It's real easy. If we say, watch this shit, go out and enjoy some good cinema. If we say, don't watch this shit, avoid it as you would randomly bursting into song and dance in public. Or don't. You can do what you want. It may be fun, or it may see you having to talk your way out of being carted off to a mental asylum. You don't want to listen to us, you put your life in your own hands. Musicals can be fun. Technically, any genre of movie can, but we are specifically talking about the musical variety today. I said it in my Wonka review. At least I think I did. These things become a blur after a while. I never thought that would be the case, but here we are. At any rate, I think I said something to the extent of Sweeney Todd and maybe Little Shop of Horrors being extremely great movies and great musicals. I Am Your Dentist still gets me pumped. The key is to make an engaging plot and also create good songs. It's not an easy task. Making just one of those things well takes a lot of skill, time, patience, and luck. Now, increase that difficulty by at least 2. I think what helps the films that perform this feat at a high level is that not most of the plot is put into the songs themselves. They are used, meaning the songs, to explain sentiments or emotions. The ones that fail try to get across plot details and exposition in the song, and them hoes sink like the Titanic. Today, let's see which one we have. The answer may surprise you. No, it won't surprise you, but I'll be entertaining at least. Today, I'll review Mean Girls, the movie based on a play, based on a movie, based on a book. When you copy something too far down, it dilutes the product. A clone of a clone may be okay, but then clone that last one and you start to get into dangerous territory. That's what we have here. If you have seen the original Mean Girls, you know the story. The gimmick is this time it is based on the play, the musical. So, you have the original story, but someone took the plot and wrote songs to explain what is happening. Yeah, it was the latter, and not the former type of musical, unfortunately. Oh, story. Okay. Caddy, a homeschool kid from Africa, has to go to school to learn socialization lessons that she can't learn at home. She's not African. That would be just silly. She's white, but lived in Africa since her family travels to help impoverished countries do better. This was written at a time when white people believed they could save the world, even those that weren't in any danger or trouble. Movie came out in January, but I'm recording in February, so excuse the Happy Black History Month smiley face for all. I love all people, but call it what it is. When I see it, I'm gonna call it out. She comes to the States for high school and runs into High School Musical. She has to learn to fit in, but in doing so, must also learn that not all social skills you learn are good ones to perpetrate. She gets used by an alliance to infiltrate the Plastics, a group of young girls that rules the school with iron fists. Once she is in league with the Teen Queens, she uses her influence to dispose their leader, then take up the mantle for herself. Instead of being a benevolent ruler, she becomes worse than her predecessors and threatens to destroy the school's social dynamic entirely. Okay, I was late to the game for the original Mean Girls movie. While I love Tina Fey's writing, I know a lot of it isn't for me. Maybe, right? If I see Amy Poehler, here we go. If I see Amy Poehler, her friend and frequent collaborator, I know I'm probably not going to like it. Or at the very least, I won't like Amy's performance. In the first film, she was in an annoying role that suited her level of annoyance for me. And she wasn't in a lot of the movie. The original dropped in 2004. I probably watched it in 2012-ish. Surprisingly, I loved it. It was funny and smart. Fast forward to 2024. Hey, 20th anniversary. Tina is still heavily involved, but the added elements are not great. First issue. The leads are all lightweights. They don't have the pull that the original cast had. That factor that actors need. The chick that plays Caddy is the diet pop version of Lindsay Lohan. Same for Regina's new actor. She has none of the charisma of Rachel McAdams. It's so bad, I often wondered how she even got a stranglehold on the school. She's not cute. She's not that strong. She does have money, but she doesn't use it to lord over people. How did she rise to power, to prominence? I almost would rather see that movie than the one that I ended up watching. Well, I don't want to watch any more of these hoes, but if I had to, that would be my preference. And the worst Diet Coke version of all the players was the love interest of Caddy, who wasn't a Diet Coke version of the character he played in the first movie, but of the real life actor Dane DeHaan. During the movie, I pulled up a picture of DeHaan and put it next to the screen, and it looked like, oh shit. That's where the clone part comes into play. They fucking cloned the nigga from the Best Akira ripoff, Chronicle, but he is nowhere near as good as the first edition. I enjoyed a grand total of one of the songs in this film. At one point, when I was taking my notes, I almost wrote, I like two songs. Then I realized the reason it was so great is because it was a reprise of the other song I had already liked. So one song, two numbers. That's still one fucking song. Cheating a bit, but much better than any of the other 12 they squeezed in here. All of the principal cast got solos. Some got multiple songs. I said no thank you to all of them. It wasn't like you could zone out during the numbers, as if you did, you would miss pieces of crucial plot. Not that you would care, but when I watch a movie, I try to watch the whole movie. The musical numbers set up one good joke. Tina Fey was giving a speech to the badass kids that caused a riot due to the burn book being released upon the population. For just a second, she pretended she was going to break into a number, but then said, nah, I'm good. That was a great touch. The problem is we had to endure so much poor music for just one joke. It wasn't worth it. This section, disclaimer, this section isn't for the sensitive. Fair warning. I'm going to start easy and ease into the hot takes. Here it goes. They pretended as if one of the things that allowed Caddy to wrest power from Regina was the latter's weight gain due to the former's dietary trickery. But this motherfucker was the same size the whole film. I'm not saying either way if she looked good or bad, but I will say the motherfucker looked exactly the same. You're not going to put someone in sweatpants and pretend they gain weight. I've been watching her be the same size this whole shoot. Next point. And this is where it gets bad. Pam from The Office plays Caddy's mom. And this lady, she must have been going through some shit because she looks old. Like old. Not mom old, but grandmom old. Jim Halper don't look like that. Where have you been? What happened while you were there? Let's stop and talk about this shit. Fuck this damn movie. I want to know if you all right, ma'am. Reminded me of the time at my job when a coworker revealed their age. I almost hit him with that Kevin Hart. Damn. Because he was young, but he looked old. Just as sick as I am of the black man dies first Hollywood trope, I'm sick of the black gay best friend trope. The motherfucker in this movie, he was so gay. How gay was he? He was so gay. They said in the damn trailer, he is almost too gay to function. I don't shame people for who they are. That's not my thing. But I do shame Hollywood for writing black people poorly. 2 black people in the whole film. One of them was gay as shit. The other was TNA's SNL homie. Tina Fey rocks, and I've seen her do phenomenal things. This shit wasn't one of them. I don't ever, in 20 years, don't do this shit again. That's a big no thank you for me. This will come as no surprise. My final verdict is don't watch this shit, ever. Go watch the original version. I haven't seen the stage play, but I would suggest checking that shit out if you were at the least bit interested, or if you were in the market for a Mean Girls musical for some strange fucking reason. Hollywood, listen to me. Come here. Stop. If you don't stop, someone is going to stop you. Thank you for listening to another episode of Watch This Shit. You come here for the realest take on new movies. So make sure you follow us so you're not left in the dark on whether you should check out a movie or not. If you haven't seen this shit yet, Go on about your life. Don't even worry about it. Matter of fact, you're doing good. Damn, you're doing good. Check us out next time when we review American Fiction. And good day to you.